After the latest skins update in CS2, which is the Armory update, a lot of new purple skins have been added to the game and some are absolutely amazing. For that reason, my last purple loadout video is now very outdated, so I decided to make a new one, and some skins are going to be cheap and others are going to be expensive, but I'll try to show you cheap alternatives for the ones that are expensive. And we're starting off with the Mach 10 Saliba Oni, which is a new skin from the Armory update and is perfect here as there were no other purple ones except for the ultraviolet. Right now this costs about $2.5 in minimum wear, so it is very cheap. And then we have the USP Alpine Camo, which is another new skin, and even though it is not fully purple, it mostly is. You can also go with the purple DD pet, which is probably better, but everyone knows that skin, so I prefer to showcase the new one, and it costs around $3 in factory new. Next up, the Galil Rainbow Spoon, and yes, yet another new skin. This one is absolutely perfect here, colors are nice and it has this sort of shining fade effect, which is really nice as well. You can also go with the Sandstorm, but for that one you need to get specific purple patterns or it won't work, but it is much cheaper as this one costs around $40 in minimum wear, so it ends up being pretty expensive. And then we have the Glock Neo Nor, which is probably the easiest pick of the video. It is purple and has a nice artwork. You can also get the field tested version for about $9, so it is pretty affordable. This video was sponsored by Skins Monkey, which is a trading platform where you can trade your old rusty CS2 skins for some new shiny ones in seconds. You just select the skins that you want to trade and the ones that you want to get. You click trade and it's done. If you use my code OZNI on the website, you get a bonus of up to $5 for free and a 35% bonus when buying balance. They also host giveaways in the freebies page, and link to Skins Monkey is in the description. Next up, the M44 Poly Soup, which is a new skin from the Armory update. You can also do the Neo Nor, which probably fits even better, but everyone has seen that one in game, so I would rather showcase the new one, and I'm sure you guys prefer me to show the new one, and it is pretty cheap for about $7 in minimum wear. And then we have the MP9 Wild Lily, which is super expensive, but sadly there is quite literally no other purple MP9, so I have to go with this one. If you have any other suggestions, let me know down in the comments, because this one costs over $2,000 in factory new. And then we have the 5.7 Violent Daimyo, which is absolutely perfect, and the best part about this one is that it only costs around 60 cents in factory new, so it could not be any better. For the AK we have the Neon Rider, which honestly doesn't need any explanation, it just fits perfectly here, but it is pretty expensive as it costs around $85 in minimum wear. So if you want something cheaper, just go and get the Baroque Purple for around $6 in minimum wear as well. Next up, the P250 Epicenter, which is also from the Armory update, and it fits perfectly here as it is not very expensive, but the minimum wear version still costs around $10. You can also go with the Vinyl Primo, which is much cheaper and it also fits great here. And next up for the Deagle we have the Starcade, and yes, another new skin, and yes, it is kinda purple but not fully. However, I think it's the best choice. There aren't really any purple Deagles in the game, and this one is pretty expensive for $78 in minimum wear, but if you have any other suggestion, let me know down in the comments. And for the op, I chose the Neo Nor, which is a very easy pick. It's no doubt the best one here, and the minimum wear version costs around $23, which is not expensive, but if you want something cheaper, you can also go with the Pop Op, but that one is not fully purple. For the FAMAS, I chose the Pulse, which is kinda pink in a few spots, but it's mostly purple, and it's definitely the most purple skin for this weapon. The best part is that it is cheap as well, and it costs around $5.7 in factory new. For the M41S, I chose the Vaporwave, which is a new M4, and I think it fits great here despite having a lot of white, but there's some choices which might even be better and cheaper, like the Night Terror, but that one has to be battle scarred with high float for it to be purple. And then you also have the Black Lotus for a mid-range budget around $20. That one is probably the best pick, but obviously I decided to show the Vaporwave because it's the new one and it is going for around $130 right now. And for the Tech 9, I chose the Sandstorm, and for this one you have to go with a purple pattern, which there's a lot of them and they are very easy to find as they are basically market price. This one only costs $1.5 in minimum wear as well. And for the knife and glove combo, I'll show you two options, an expensive one and a relatively cheap one. You will understand in just a bit why I'm saying relatively, but for the expensive one we have the Butterfly Knife Freehand in factory new with the Sport Gloves Pandora's Box in minimum wear, which looks great in my opinion as the handle of the knife has these purple spots, but the problem with this one is that it costs $11,000. The gloves alone are $10k and the butterfly is around $1k. So as a cheaper one, I went with the Ursus Knife Ultraviolet in field tested, with the driver gloves Imperial plating well worn, and most purple combos will still be expensive as there's almost no purple gloves and these are the cheapest ones available. This one still costs $410, so it is not cheap at all. That is it, let me know what you would change in this loadout down in the comments, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for daily CS2 content.